How's it going, everybody? My name is Box from Box and Jackalope, and we're back with another World of Warcraft Dragonflight lore video. So it's been no secret to people that I actually quite like the storyline in patch 10.1. I found the bits in the Aberrus raid to be the most interesting parts of this story. I do find the Echo of Neltharion to actually be one of the best parts of this tale. In patch 10.1.7, at the end of the newest dungeon, Dawn of the Infinites, we confirm that Iridikron is working with Team Void, and we see an elf-like creature that is presumably and very likely to be none other than Xal'atath in the Void Realm. In the trailer leading up to Embers of Neltharion, Iridikron planned for the battle at Aberrus to take place. Considering his ties to the Void, I'm wondering if Xal'atath or some old god actually planted that visage or Echo of Neltharion within the raid. It is presumably N'Zoth that was the primary old god that corrupted Deathwing, and not whatever Void creature was found within the Aberrus lab. We know already that all the old gods had a hand of influence in Deathwing's actions, like the forming of the Dragon Soul was commissioned by Yogg-Saron back in the day, so other old gods very likely did corrupt Neltharion just the same. With Deathwing becoming corrupted, I can imagine the forces of the Void told Iridikron about the gateway located there, and the other secrets Neltharion tried to hide, like that object Iridikron uses to obtain Galakrond's essence in the past, which is actually the same object Iridikron found at the Forbidden Reach, by the way. When you think about it, Iridikron's plan is actually incredibly smart. If Sarkareth succeeded in the raid, he most likely would have become Team Void at some point, and been yet another piece of Iridikron's plan. Another weapon or tool for his arsenal, in the same vein that his brother Farak currently is, empowered by the power of the Shadow Flame. And at the same time, even when Sarkareth is bested, Iridikron is now free of the Sundered Flame because Rathian and Sibelian succeeded, and also had the chance to carry out the rest of his plans for Team Void. Speaking of Team Void, Iridikron, Xal'atath, and Azshara sounds like an amazingly cunning team, and one I really hope we get to see play out in the next expansion. What's great about these three is it's a mixture of old and new, as Azshara is one of the last original Warcraft villains alive. Iridikron also seems to be looking to eliminate the Titans in any way, shape, or form. The Void is just a means to an end for him. The Echo of Neltharion also targets three very specific people, and seems to only have an influence on the Black Dragonflight and the Drekthir. And while we know that Rathian and Sibelian are the sons of Deathwing, Sarkareth, I'm sure, was told of the great power by the Echo when the Sundered Flame arrived. Whatever Void creature this was powerful and clearly knowledgeable of their foe within the raid. And once exposed and defeated, the Echo was revealed to be nothing more than just a faceless one. But several other Void entities are also exposed shortly after you've bested it, called the Whispers in the Dark, which is something the Echo referred to itself as. I do believe Xal'atath or an old god made this Echo, rather than it just existing in Aberrus as a result of Neltharion's research, when he first began to study and use the powers of the Void, as this was evidently a huge part of corrupting any of the Black Dragons that come close to Aberrus, including Neltharion himself, who went on to use the Shadow Flame he created there, to forge his Elementium armor that he was most iconic for, and fully embrace the powers of the Void, when taking out Raszageth and sending her away. The fact that there was a plan from the get-go from the Incarnates, I feel backs this theory up. I was talking things over with my buddy Banarak, who you should definitely go check out his channel, by the way, if you haven't, and he even suggested the idea that Xal'atath was the entity once locked up beneath Aberrus itself, as those chains around the room are eerily similar to how Old God prisons are structured, except they lack that Titan feel to them. So this could have been a prison created by the Old Gods, maybe, who were said to have betrayed her at one point too. Or perhaps even Neltharion created the prison, and was studying her to try and prevent her from causing more harm to Azeroth. But his closeness to her slowly pushed him even further on the brink than he had already been on. And the closer he got to the edge of the Void, the closer he got to opening the door for the Dark Whispers to seep in. As there's no concrete moment stated as to how or why Xal'atath was locked within the Blade, or what exactly she is, and if not Xal'atath, perhaps it was another dark creature that Neltharion set loose in the world, or something Sarkareth did upon discovering it. This could be why Neltharion knew he had to separate himself from Aberrus completely, as he knew he had gone too far by brokering deals with entities like Xal'atath, but he was too far gone and tried his best to not depend on the Void, but it was already too late, and he was destined for his path to become Deathwing. And as assurance, the Void left behind an echo to keep any of the spawns of Neltharion in check. Anyway, I know I'm a bit late to the 10.1 lore videos, but I feel they're fun to do nonetheless. What did you all think of the Echo of Neltharion? Was he a disappointing encounter? Did you like his encounter? Or would have you preferred it to be the real Neltharion? Please let me know your comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!